Today's project is one that any RV owner can do himself, herself. What I've got here is a older style incandescent bulb fixture, two bulbs, and a switch that doesn't work quite right. Now, I do have one bulb out, but that's the bulb that doesn't work. So that side of the switch does not work at all. So what I'm going to do is replace it with a 2-lamp LED light. Okay, this is called a double dome light fixture. And the one I chose is Cody, RV and Marine. Okay, pretty simple installation. Dimensions, in case you need to know, are 11 1/4 inches long by 5 inches wide and a 2-inch height. It's a 2x24 high power wedge style 50/50 SMD LED, cool temperature 4000 to 4500 K, natural white. Runs on 12 volts DC, 3-way switch. All on, one on, and off. The one on, you would want to decide when you're installing the fixture whether you want it the left side or a right side. It uses 2 wedge panels, 2x275 lumens, LED bulb, and 60,000 hour life expectancy. 60,000 hour life expectancy, well, you can probably calculate into how many hours per day you might run it over the number of months in the year that you actually use your RV. And I'm pretty sure you'll be doing a lot more work on your RV if you want to get the value out of these lights. But these lights are fairly inexpensive. I've already installed one on the ceiling here. So that's the 2 light on, off, and 1 on. So in the center position is the off position. Push it toward the outer wall, in my case, over a window. This is over a dinette area. And I have 1 light and 2 lights. And I usually have an extra table light anyway when I'm working at my dinette table, but I think this light's going to put out a lot. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-lamp, 2-bulb lights. And then over my bed, I actually have a single light. So, excuse my mess here, but I'm doing some renovation work over the winter to get myself ready for a camping season, which for me begins around April 1st. I don't know if I'm going to get that done, but right now we're taking care of some simple tasks of replacing the lights. Now, I was a little cautious and I only bought 2 fixtures just to make sure they worked. And then if these 2 work out fine, and so far I've got 1 in, it works great, I'll put the second one in over the sink. I'm going to order a couple more, and I'll probably end up replacing the outside light as well. So I'm a small unit here. It's not a very long unit, so I don't have as many lights as you might have in your larger rig. But suffice to say, by the time I'm done, I'm going to have some nice lights. And because I use this camper as a kind of a weekend camper, probably 2 or 3 weekends a month, I park it at a place and kind of use it like a summer cabin. I have electricity where I park it, and I pay an electric bill. And my typical electric bill for over a 2-month period was running about $45. So I'm hoping that with these lights in place that I will actually reduce that a little bit. I do run my refrigerator 24 hours, 7 days a week, even when I'm not there, because I do keep some refrigerated items in the refrigerator while I'm away. I make sure my refrigerator is cold when I get here. So the refrigerator is always in use. That could add, of course, to my power bill. And I do have a roof air conditioner, which is kind of nice. It helps in the summertime and those warm days in the spring. And, after it's been closed up for a week, it's good to put the fan on, the air conditioner, the fan side of the air conditioner on, and pull some nice fresh air through. It kind of clears up the trailer air in about an hour. So here I am. I don't have the ability to work and hold the camera, so I'm going to see how this works. This is my job so far. It took me about 2 minutes to undo about 6 screws, 2 screws in each corner, and then in the middle here, I had screws in opposite holes. So we're going to cut the wires. Whoops. We have just a simple wire cutter. We're going to cut the wires, strip the wires off, and then let's see if I can do this. Okay, there we go. It comes with 4 screws, 2 wire nuts, Ziploc bag, which I'm going to reuse to hold some other parts in my camper. It comes with the wires already cut. All you got to do is pull off the loose insulation here, and we're going to connect it and see what happens. All right, I'm going to put this down a little bit here. There you go. And I'll leave the camera running and recording as we speak here. I'm working. All right. Kind of like disarming a bomb here, Clip the white wire. Clip the back wire and hope you don't explode. Okay, and here you go. Here's the fixture. All cut wires. And then simple matter to strip off the insulation. About a 1/2 inch. Give or take a little bit. You don't want too much wire exposed. You want the wire nut to cover the connection of bare wire. Yeah, easier said than done, huh? I'm using more of a wire clipper. These are not really strippers, but they work, sort of. In my case, making sure that the cut insulation doesn't go down the drain. And don't lose the wires into the cupboard there. That would be a disaster because I don't have access to these wires inside. Okay. All right. Black and white are cut and stripped. Okay, here's I probably have a little bit more than a 1/2 inch, but that's the amount of wire I'm using. And Again, don't think it matters which red or black or white, because you're wiring a switch. So the on-off is in the switch, not the way you wire it, like an electrical outlet. Gotta be careful with the outlet. Okay. Huh. Okay. For some reason, okay, in my case, the light is not working properly, so I'm going to reverse my wires. Presume that I installed it wrong, or connected the wires wrong. So I'm going to reverse the wires and see if that makes a difference. Otherwise, I have a bad light, a bad switch in the light. The lights will sort of work, but not the way I want. It's the reason I'm replacing them is because my switches were going bad. Well, let's see what happens. Huh. Interesting. Alright, so what's happening is I have the light on. The one down here sort of goes on and sort of goes off. Now that's the problem I was having with my original fixture, so I don't like that. That is not a good thing. Well, unfortunately I pulled the plastic up. No, I didn't pull the plastic. There's a plastic film cover on these lenses. I take those off after I'm done. But it sort of goes on, but I have to play with the switch, and that's not fun. So I know the lights are working, but for some reason the switch is not. Okay. Anyway, so far that's what I've got. I'm probably not going to finish up this installation because the light's not quite working right. Oh, okay. We'll bring you some more video when we can start finishing up the other lights. And the main task here is to actually replace some floor. Got some rotted floor, subfloor, that I'm going to be tearing up and replacing with some planks. Those are, that's a click and it's a clickable type of flooring. It's going to be a floating floor. Anyway, thanks for watching. HVAC here. Completed this installation. If I play around with the switch, it'll stay on. So even now, I didn't play with it too much and it stayed on. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's not a light that I'm going to be using on a high use area. It is a kitchen area. But most of the time I'm probably going to be in the daylight anyway. But anyway, so there is a little issue with the switch here. I'm going to order some more and see if I have any more problems. It's been more than 4 weeks since I bought this, so any kind of 30-day return thing is out of the question right now. Just been too cold to even do this. So here it is, middle of February, and I got about 50 degrees outside. So here we are. All right, I got one side, middle is off, pull it toward me, and both lights stay on. If I, well, even if I tap it, yeah, see? So if that bothers you as a consumer and you don't like that idea, then maybe you want to shop to a different brand. But these were inexpensive enough. They worth it to me. I'm looking to get like 5 years out of them. I'm pretty sure the lights will last. Probably the switches will break before the lights burn out. But it's a nice light. Now, given it's probably 4 o'clock or so, 4:30 in the afternoon, in the middle of February, so there's some light outside. I'm going to probably come back and see what it looks like in the dark. But right now, this task is done. And I'm going to go inside and have a beer. This is a single light that sort of works. Okay, that switch is bad too. Wow. All right, single light fixture. Unless I want to put extra holes in here, I should stick with a single light fixture. Okay, so we got over the bed. We got on the ceiling next to the bed to replace. I replaced the kitchen. I replaced the dinette. I need to replace the entry. And for some reason, I don't know if this is going to work. I probably should have tested. You know what? Maybe that's just the lens. Yeah, that's probably just to cut down glare or something. You know what? We'll get a regular light in here. I'm not going to worry about the lens cover. So 1, 2, 3. Number 4 is a single light, and number 5 is on the outside. And I'm not sure if I want to do that one. Whoops. Oh, weather channel stuff. Okay, anyway. I'm not going to order this fixture for the outside. I'm going to let that one go for now. So let's just concentrate on 1, 2, 3, and a single. All right, thank you. Here, received some additional fixtures to replace the incandescent lights in my trailer. We've got one slide switch with a single light on it, and we've got 3 fixtures, double lights with 2 switches. I went with the 2 switches instead of a slide switch because the slide switch is what was giving me problems in my original equipment. So I thought I would try the 2 with the buttons that kind of click. This way I can control which side of the light I want. Currently, this is the lights that I did replace already, and if I push it one direction here from the center, I have one light on. The center is lights off, and pulling it toward me is both lights on. So I'm going to replace this one with one where I can just do both buttons. I'm going to move this into the bath area, and we'll probably keep the kitchen sink area the same way. This is a new button. This is a new light fixture, LEDs I replaced it just a few days ago. I didn't want to buy a lot of fixtures at one time in case I didn't like what they were, the quality, etc. So I went with the same name, different style, and I'm hoping that this will fit as easily. This is a little more squared off, and maybe not. Actually, it doesn't look as white. Anyway, let's see what happens. So here we are. We're going to replace this fixture first and see how it looks. I think. Let's see what happens with this camera. So first, I'm going to take the screws out. There's one screw in each corner, and then there's two screws in the center that are on diagonals. So we'll take out these outer screws first. It's a little chilly. I put the heater on, got my furnace running off my propane tanks. I actually had 2 empty tanks, so put one tank that was filled, and it's a little chilly and damp today, but good day to do this work. Get a head start on some major work. There we go. Whoop. Okay, hang on. So, well, this is capturing everything. I'm trying to do this. There we go. Okay. Bayonet type of fixture. Can't take. Push and turn to get the bulb out. And just save the bulbs in case. Okay, I think we're still recording now. Sorry about that interruption. Hopefully come out in the editing process. I cannot get the camera. I'm trying to use my phone cam. Not the best camera for this, but okay. Wire clippers. Cut as close to the old light as I can get. Okay. Not sharp. Okay. Always have a second pair. Always good to have more than one pair of wire clippers. Okay. Stranded wire. Now we got twist the wires together in a clockwise motion. That'll match the way we put the wire nut on. Again, wires from the trailer are black and white. Wires from the fixture, I got two white wires. It shouldn't matter which one is connected to the black. They should still work the same. The power is controlled by the switch, not by the wires. Just like a light switch in your house. Single light switch. Okay. Whoop. Got to twist it on there. I might have to strip some more wire out here. Test. Okay, good stuff. Works. Secure the wire connection, and the fixture comes with 4 screws and 2 wire nuts. Alright, twist on clockwise. Twist it on, not too tight. Don't want to break the wire. So you want to cover the connection with the wire nut. Now it's a low voltage. We don't have to worry about wrapping with electrical tape, which is what I would do if I was working with AC. 110 AC, I would wrap the connection with electrical tape. Keep it secure. Okay. Should have taken the lens cap off first. Now, okay. And some users, maybe one user complained about breaking the lens. Okay. Okay, good idea is to take the lens off. Wow, those are on hard. Okay, yeah, good idea to take the lens off. How many ran out of propane here? Okay, these are not as sturdy as the switches in my last video that have a slide switch on them. These lenses are one problem, major problem, which means I can either deal with it or send these back. These will not cover up, so they're not as long. I didn't read the package. I didn't read the dimensions when I bought these, but pay attention to your dimensions. These are not going to fit the same mounting holes. And that and the rather flimsy lens, you can see this is the original lens. This is the replacement light lens. And I hate to do it. This is the first replacement light that I got. This lens, much closer to that lens. They're not interchangeable. This won't fit. The tabs are a little bit different. So, I may not move this one. I'm thinking even the LEDs may not be the same. Yeah, I'll take the lens off this. There's two little tabs back here. You push this tab forward to the outside edge, and there's another one over here. So you have to lift up the lens from the edge and move the lens this way toward the outer edge, and that it's a slide. Looks like it slides in there to stay in place. Makes it difficult to remove if the fixture's already installed. But without it being installed, it's easy to get it from the back side. And then you can see that there's 4 mounting screw posts on each light. So you could screw in here and here, or here and here, or the 2 outer ones, 2 inner ones. My light is going to leave those 2 holes exposed. So either I mount it over here or I mount it over there. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to mount it. I'm still going to have to punch 2 holes through the ceiling here. So my only concern is whether I want to actually send these back for the same fixture that I have, or use these and deal with the screw holes. Some of the reviews were not very positive for this fixture. Same manufacturer, different design, shape, size. But for whatever reason, people were saying how these switches were failing, or that these pieces were coming off the LED board. I'm hoping that's not going to happen to me. It is kind of cold, so I'm mounting them when it's cold, not when it's hot. All right, well, we'll pick up when I finish up here. All right. What I ended up doing was just kind of moving the fixture, covered up the front holes, pushed the screw in, was able to kind of use it like a self-tapping screw, and just I put 2 screws in opposite corners of the fixture just to hold it in place. And you can see one hole is exposed. I'm going to go ahead and put the other screws in So the two holes over here are covered up. One hole's not covered up. It's probably not straight. Somebody will complain and tell me it's not straight. But that's okay. My trailer. So that's where I'm at right now. So maybe it's not such a bad thing. We'll pick up where I put in some. I'm going to go try put in a few more fixtures here. And then the one over the bed is a slide switch. Should be like the ones I've already done previously to today. MH back here. I put in a 2-light fixture here over the bed. I actually had trouble with the single light switch. And, well, guess what? Now it's working. So this is the single lamp slide switch fixture that I was going to put over the bed. But here's the interesting thing. Watch the wires. I didn't do this when I was installing it over the bed, but here we have what is not intuitive. We have the black wire from the light going to the white, which should be neutral. And then we have a red hot going to black. Okay, so I did black to black and white to red, and it didn't work. So switch the wires, and the light might go on. So just turn the light switch off and finish wiring it. So in this case, this is not the same as the other lights, which had 2 white wires coming out of the light fixture. So here you go. One fixture with a single switch position has black and red. One lamp with 2-way, 3-way switch. 2 lights has 2 white wires. So there's your difference. I'm sure the electricians know that you would probably do red to black and white to black. To me, it should be black to black, but okay. Luckily, it's 12 volts, and yes, my system is actually live. I could have unplugged. I'm running right now on house current 110 out of the house, going through a converter or inverter. That's my system is, well, that's my water pump. And here's my electrical system below my refrigerator. And my battery is currently not connected on the trailer. It's winter, so I have it off. So I'm going through the inverter that takes 110 and steps it down to 12 volts for the trailer. All my light fixtures are 12 volts. The only thing that needs 110 or 220 is the microwave and the air conditioner. It's not running on 220 from the house, so it's running on 110 from the house. So the air conditioner doesn't work all that great. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out, that you cannot always assume that black goes to black. So in this case, red to black, and black goes to white on the trailer. Just to finish up here, what we have is a 2-light LED fixture over the bed area. I have a 2-lamp with the 2 switches here, kind of in the hallway near the bed. I have one of my first replacements was this one with a slide switch. Center is off. Outboard is single light. Pull it in, and it's a double light. And then the single light that I was planning to put over the bed, I put over the kitchen instead. So here we have a slide switch. Okay. and it should give me enough workspace over the sink. And here, if I can show the switch here. Okay. And we have a new switch here with the two buttons here. And that's also controlled by this switch here by the door. So I've got two switches here. The outside switch actually controls the inside light. The inside switch controls the outside light. Now, if I was wiring it, it would be reversed. The outside switch would control the outside light. And then I replaced this is the one that I put over the sink with the slide switch LED. And I put that into the bathroom, which also has a wall switch. So that completes the project. Overall, the only situation I run into, and it's not a major one, and I did a better job over here, was this was the original holes. One hole was too big for a screw, so I actually just put in 7 screws are holding that fixture up. This fixture, I could not use the original holes, so I did a better job, I think, of covering up the holes that were there. So that required me to actually just kind of push in 4 new holes, which is fine. And this switch, I changed the direction. I rotated it 90 degrees. So that also required new holes and kind of a wood veneer. And then this one is the one I didn't do so good at. Okay, so there's a hole here. No big deal. And the lamp here, I rotated 90 degrees, so I had to punch in a couple extra holes. No big deal. They're all covered up except for this one. Overall, a very easy project. Maybe 2 hours. Didn't run into any serious issues. And remember, when you do this kind of work in a trailer, resist using a power tool. What I used were just a screwdriver, a regular manual screwdriver with a Phillips bit on it. No major problems. The construction is light enough that you can punch through without the use of a power tool. If you want, use a power driver, but just don't over tighten your screws or you're going to end up with holes that are too big for the screw. Okay, this is MH signing out.